Consider the car beneath you, not where it is going, but where it began. There was an age before engines, before roads, before rules. An age when the world moved only as fast as a horse would allow. One man looked at that world and refused to accept it. He did not merely build a machine, he redefined what it meant to move. In a modest workshop in Mannheim, a German engineer named Karl Benz completed something the world had never seen, a self-propelled carriage driven by an engine of his own design. On the 29th of January, he filed a patent, number 37435. The world was not impressed. A carriage without a horse was a curiosity at best. Dangerous, most said, utterly without purpose. The 5th of August, 1888.
Before the sun had risen over Mannheim, a woman slipped out of the house while her husband slept. No map, no road prepared for her, no one's permission but her own.
She was not an engineer, yet every time the machine faltered, the solution was already within her. A hairpin coaxed into a clogged fuel line, a strip of her own garter wound around a shorting wire. A cobbler in a roadside village asked to line the brakes with leather, the world's first brake pad, improvised on a summer morning. Had Bertha Benz not driven that day, her husband's invention might never have left the garage. It might have remained quietly a footnote in the history of things that almost were. But she drove, and from that morning forward, the automobile was no longer a hypothesis. It was a fact. Across those same years, in a workshop not far away, another man was pursuing a different obsession. Gottlieb Daimler wanted speed, smaller engines, higher revolutions, a machine that could outrun everything before it. The two men never met. They would not have agreed on much. Yet history, with its quiet indifference to rivalry, would eventually merge their life's work into one. The name that would carry it all came from neither of them. It came from a girl, Mercedes Jelinek, born in 1889, daughter of an Austrian diplomat who loved motor cars the way other men loved horses. He raced under her name. He ordered cars in her name. And in 1901, that name was registered as a trademark across the world. By 1926, the two great houses were one, Daimler Benz. And from that union came a symbol, a three-pointed star, each point reaching toward a different horizon. Land, sea, sky. Not a logo, but a declaration that wherever the world chose to move, this star would lead the way. In the summer of 1934, the night before a race at the Nürburgring, the Mercedes engineers discovered their car exceeded the weight limit by a fraction. There was no time to rebuild it. So they did the only thing they could. They stripped every last trace of paint from the car's body, down to the bare aluminum beneath. By morning, the car was silver. It won, and the silver arrow was born not from design but from desperation. That silver was beautiful, cold and absolute, and unlike anything that had ever appeared on a racing circuit. But beauty, as history repeatedly insists, casts a shadow of its own. In the years that followed, the Silver Arrow raced under a flag not all of its engineers would have chosen. And inside the same factories where those cars were built, men worked without wages, without choice, without the right to leave. A legend is not exempt from its own history. Mercedes-Benz has never claimed otherwise. The factories were bombed in 1945. Stuttgart lay in ruins. And yet by 1946, the first car rolled out of a rebuilt plant. What matters is not that they fell. What matters is that they rose. In 1959, Mercedes-Benz did something that no company is required to do, and few would choose to. They released the patents on their most important safety innovations, freely, openly to every manufacturer in the world. Any car, any price, any country. The technology was theirs to use. Because, as the engineers at Stuttgart believed, a life saved in a cheaper car is no less a life saved. The crumple zone, 1951. The anti-lock brake, 1978. The electronic stability program, 1995. The airbag, standard from 1981. Nearly every safety feature that stands between a driver and disaster today traces its lineage to this company. and to the conviction that such things were never meant to be proprietary. Perhaps that is the truest measure of luxury. Not what a brand keeps for itself, but what it chooses to give away. Mercedes-Benz has always understood that the most important vehicle in their range is not the fastest, nor the most powerful. It is the one that arrives first. The S-Class is not a sedan in the ordinary sense. It is the place where the future is stress-tested before the world sees it. A laboratory that travels at 200 kilometers an hour. On one end of the range, the Maybach, a machine of such composure that the outside world becomes a moving painting behind glass, present but untouchable. On the other, the AMG, all barely restrained fury and mechanical conviction. A reminder that this company has never fully abandoned the circuit.
It's a work of art.
Two temperaments, one philosophy. The luxury Mercedes-Benz offers is not visible in the finish or the trim. It lives in the marrow of the machine, in the absolute unspoken trust between the driver and the car. In 1998, the company sought to grow through one of the largest mergers in automotive history. It did not go as intended. By 2007, the partnership was dissolved. But this too belongs in the record. A company that refuses to acknowledge failure is a company that has stopped learning. Mercedes-Benz learned. In 1886, a man built a carriage that needed no horse. In 1888, a woman drove it farther than anyone believed it could go. By 2039, that same lineage of machines intends to travel without leaving so much as a trace of smoke behind. We are entering an age in which the act of driving itself may gradually disappear, ceded to algorithms, to sensors, to a machine that knows the road better than we do. Mercedes-Benz does not mourn this. They are preparing for it. Because the automobile at its deepest was never only about driving. It was about what becomes possible when a person is freed from stillness. The conversations held. The distances collapsed. The life lived in the space between departure and arrival. That space is becoming larger. More considered, more humane. The invention that once changed the world now quietly sets about trying to preserve it. 1886, one invention. 2026, one enduring standard. And this story has not yet found its final page. The star does not set. It only withdraws for a moment, gathering itself, to rise again brighter than before.